Okay, we're back playing Blue Gremlin in the sky. We've got uh, a mission that we can't figure out how to finish. I put a request out on, I think I did anyway, on Discord. I'm not sure how to use Discord. It's very confusing to me. There's so many chat rooms in the Endless Sky Discord. I don't know where to go exactly, but okay, whatever. Uh, I'm not going to keep bashing my head against the wall trying to get this mission complete. We got enough other things we can do. So let's buzz up to Alexandria real quick. Where are we? We are on memory. And one of the jobs is scientists. We need to clear out all of our jobs because, well, we don't need to, but it would be helpful. So I'm not going to take any new ones like that. I do have a delivery to All Home, and we've got to go to Prime to pick up acorn cookies for the kids in Greenwater. So first we're going to complete our uh, visit to Alexandria. It's our second time there, and we picked up a couple of missions. So we're going to buzz up there. Not expecting any pirates. Drop off our cargo of caustic alkalis. Hauling hazmats is interesting. Family you've been transporting departs your ship. You should probably have a special license to do that, but the game doesn't include that. Say farewell to your passengers on Alexandria and give bid to the scientists. Okay, we're done in Alexandria. Let's head down to where else? Looks like Gemini Gamma Corvi, the Bourne system. We'll go there last because that is where we're going to jump across to Coalition space, and we're going to do some Coalition missions and their storylines, which are fun. And we'll do, at some point, we'll do the take these guys to Quark. So do we have package to Prime? This is a mystery package. Deposit box near your landing site, a small cube. Shady figure watches you. We're going to buzz to Polaris, going kind of a circuitous route, but we will get there. And we got a couple missions there, and I think I wanted to check out some of the stored outfits I have. So reporting. Passengers, best of luck. This is that executive strolls off your ship with a sunny smile on his face. One of the lawyers hands you your payment of 123,000 credits with muttered threats about libel lawsuits if you say anything about what you may or may not have overheard on your ship. La ti da. All right, what have we got here? We have, we want to sell some of these ships we captured. Yes, yes. But also we want to look, we have heat shunts and that's about it for storage. Okay, so let's go to the shipyard. Let's sell these guys. Let's put everything together again. And we're definitely short on fighters and drones. They don't sell, well, they sell barbs, but what I want is finches. And they don't sell any drones here. In fact, drones, where can we buy drones? Pirate drone. Remnant have drones. The striker drone is available in Zug. And we looked at that and it's pretty silly. Pirate drones are available in what is the name of the Green Rock in the Shaula system. And combat drone is Navy, so's the beacon drone. So that's really our only two drones that we have access to at the moment. So we'll just wait. Eventually, I think the High eventually gets some drones, and then the Remnant have some pretty cool drones. So what do we got for missions here? Corporate retreat, small fleet of marauder ships, alien ship has been attacking merchants near Polaris. Ooh, let's take that. And fleet of small marauder ships. Now, the alien ship and all of that is down here. All it's the only jump place that they can go to. So we should be able to, and that should be a core ship. So let's work on that. Get into a formation. And we'll jump down. sell that. Let's sell the ships we captured. And 2.75 million. Let's see. Let's go to the outfitter and see if those guys had any interesting guns, handguns, personal weapons. I don't see any. Nope. They did have two of those in stock, but I'm pretty sure we got rid. No, we haven't. Huh. Oh, we still have a number of 60 and 78. Okay. Oh, who has this? This guy. 30 and 39. Sell that and get one of those instead. Now our shielding is 192. Let's get two of those. 234. There you go. All right. Nobody had any nerf gas. That's good. So now we want to go up to Prime. Get those cookies for those kids. And take luxury goods. Pitch plan, collect your payment. As instructed, you leave the mystery cube behind a rickety looking wooden tower. Your bank account immediately notifies you. The agree upon a payment has been deposited. You wonder how they knew. You check the spaceport convenience store for acorn cookies, but they're out of them. The manager tells you that none of the markets or supermarkets on Prime have them available. A pirate ship called the Cookie Crook stole the most recent shipment of acorn cookies near Rigel. The prices of the cookies are skyrocketing, so it may be worthwhile to track down that shipment. Oh noes, cookie pirates. We better go get 'em. Job board. Fleet of marauder ships and a novice pilot seeks instruction. Those are just boring. I'm not going to do that. But the Marauders, if they're in Rigel, we're on it. So, let's. I'm not sure where we're going to go from here. If we get the cookies, we'll go to Fossum to Greenwater. I'm just going to buy what's cheap here. I think. There's my Marauders. The ship that stole the acorn cookies fled here. The cookie crook. Get him, guys. Got him. All right, we got everybody. So let's board. Usurper of Death. Quicksilver. Garzad the Rusty. He blew up. The Cookie Crook. Marauder Behemoth. You've managed to retrieve the stolen acorn cookies. Bring them back to Prime. Ooh. This thing has lots of. It's a high outfitted. It's very high outfitted. Ooh. Maybe I'll need to find another jump drive for it or swap it out. I don't know. Firebird. Marauder Splinter. The Usurper of Death and their fleet have been eliminated. 500,000 credits. Let's see. Dagger. Another dagger. The chocolate chip. Alright. That's everybody. Let's go back to Beetlejuice. You offer 50 tons of acorn cookies to the spaceport convenience store. The manager quietly pays you 1,000,000 credits for them. People here must really like those acorn cookies. Yeah, that's $20,000 a ton. Make sure to keep a package for that other client you originally needed cookies for. And the Republic authorities fine you that same 1,000,000 credits for having illegal outfits, of course. All right, who has the illegal outfits? Sold those, and now I think we're gonna maybe keep this the Cookie Crook, mainly because I like the name, but also Cookie Crook. These daggers have beam lasers. That's fine. But they also have javelin mini pods. Sell those. That leaves them with 12 weapon capacity and 2 gun capacity. So they could install another beam laser. Oh, they don't have enough outfit space. Why not? Well, who puts a shield generator on a dagger? That's just crazy. There we go. And if they could fit a kludge blaster, but that's all right. Small radar jammer, that's cool. All right. Pulse rifles. Sniper rifle. Ooh, you can buy sniper rifles? At this spaceport? Really? You can. Well, we'll buy a bunch of them. That's interesting. You can also buy a staffed security station. Huh. I really don't need all these sniper rifles. Let's see. All right, let's look at this behemoth. 2 ion cannons, 4 pulse turrets, 2 chameleon anti-missiles, a scram drive, high regenerators, large radar jammers, ram scoop, 7 outfit expansions? What the heck? A boulder reactor, huge batteries. Why does it have 7 outfit extensions? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Ion flashbangs, 2 staff security stations. Yeah, no, it needs 7 outfit expansions to carry all that. That's because of the 2 ion cannons. Those are huge. Um, all right. Well, I'm going to sell this ship. I don't need anything like it. Besides, it's only 7,000 hull and 8,000 shields. So let's sell the Cookie Crook. 6 million. Marauder Behemoth. Regular Behemoth is 6,300, 7,600. It's not that much. Pay a fine. And let's go up to um, 2 fleets of Marauder ships. Yeah, let's go up and deliver our cookies. And then we'll go to Allhome. And then we'll bounce down to Bourne and Coalition space. Deliver a package of acorn cookies to the kids and collect your payment of 5 credits. It's not much, but you made some kids happy. Spaceport. These high are so fluffy. I want to hug one every time I see them. Oh, that's got to be annoying for the high, I would think. Swift song, swift song, swift song, swift song, swift song. Let's take a bunch of jobs to Swift Song and then we'll go to All Home. Food in Swift Song. Trading. Sell all. Buy all. Hire crew. Fire. Don't need. High space. The Swift Song. The high chitter excitedly as they give you 100,000 credits and step off your ship. Some of the movie plots they discussed during the trip were bewildering. That sounds like movie plots. All right. I don't know why we have this job to all home, but we do. Job board. Ah, what is this? 8 tons of autoclaves to be delivered, and the captain of the Sentinel Queen will pay you 240,000 credits. The captain of the Hopeful Symbol will pay you 300,000 credits. So let's take the 300,000 credit one. Let's jump down to Elnath and wait for him to show up. Luxury goods. Hire a full complement of crew again. Captain pays you 300,000 credits. Job board. We gotta go to a shipyard somewhere. Jobs at shipyards. Is that a job to Luna? It is. So we'll take that. And they need foods. Land on Luna. Family pays you. You sell all your goods. And you sell the Firebird that you captured. And they sell a lot of drones, but you gotta have a Navy license for all of them except the mining drone. Okay, Born. Bounce over to Born, and then we'll go do some stuff in Coalition space. I like doing those. As instructed, you leave the mystery cube behind a rickety-looking wooden tower. You drop off your cargo of plumbers' pipes. You wish your passengers the best of luck, 1.242 million. As you're coming in for a landing on Bourne, you receive a message from Alondo. Blue, he says, I just heard that you were in this system. Want to meet up for a drink and talk about old times? Considering I just left you in high space, that would be interesting. Sure, I'd love to. You meet up with Alondo at a local pub. He tells you that his life has continued to be quite full since the war ended and the council was dissolved. He's been placed in charge of the Free World Diplomatic Corps, whose main job appears to be make sure all the individual planets feel like their concerns are being listened to. It means lots of travel, he says, and lots of fine meals with important people, and they're always interested to hear my story from the war times. You tell Alando a bit about what you've been doing since the war ended. Of course, he says, you're traveling the galaxy. I knew from the start you weren't the kind who would quickly put down roots on a single planet. Alando goes on to describe some of the inner workings of the Free World's Senate and the mutual defense arrangement that forms the backbone of the government. For a while there, he says, it felt like there was so much bureaucracy that we couldn't get anything done, but now it's finally starting to function in the way all of us imagined. Quite an honor to have had a hand in the birth of a new government. Spoken like a true bureaucrat, or I really do hope the free worlds can live up to our original vision of justice and equality. Me too, he says. We've got a good start, but then again, so did the Republic back in the day. He is quiet for a moment, and then says, I guess that's why I'm still here in the thick of things. Instead of just settling down somewhere and leaving public life behind, I don't believe society or government just naturally becomes good or stays good without effort. So I'm here to speak up when we start to stray from our original vision. You sit and talk with each other for a while longer, reminiscing about old times. Then you wish him well in his work, and he tells you to stop by and say hello anytime you're in the area. You head back to your ship. All right. And spaceport. My job is cleaner than people think it is. Oh, the janitor. Mostly just consists of loading these bins into a ship to be deposited in a remote area of space. Yeah, take all your junk to the sun. A fleet of large marauder ships. Another fleet of marauder ships. Mining, mining. So just the two. Hmm, what do we got on Kraz? 74 Science needs some research. We need to deliver 62 tons of water purifiers. Okay, we'll do that. And we'll take the Marauder ships, which will be in Spica. And then we'll jump to Kraz. Probably run into Barmy Edwards there. To Spica. Tide of Spite and their fleet have been eliminated. And there's a Vanguard. The Miserable Lugger and their fleet have been eliminated. So, I guess we didn't need to go to Kraz to sell any of those ships. Destroyed them all. But better safe than sorry. Drop off cargo of water purifiers, collect your payment. The scientists have been giddily sharing and discussing the results. Return trip to Asgard. They are going clear back up here to Asgard eventually. Mining, mining. Escort, 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 mining, mining. Yep. Okay. So let's go to uh, De Debru Debrucht, which has a shipyard, is friendly, and an outfitter, and needs luxury goods. All right, sell all, buy all. fire my crew because there's nothing to attack in coalition space. Nothing to capture anyway. Trading, sell. All right, spaceport. A few minutes into browsing the local shops, you hear the strong sound of saurid hooves approaching. The saurids are the centaurs, and turn to see a trio of Heliarch agents hurrying towards you. They briefly salute you before stating their business. Looking for work? The human visitor is? The Sarad asks. To the ring of friendship in the Quaru system, a means of transport we need, the Kimek follows. Uh, 90,000 credits we can offer, and perhaps some more interesting work after our destination we reach, the Arak finishes. Of course, I'll show you to my ship. They thank you for agreeing to deliver them to the Ring of Friendship and introduce themselves. The Sarad is called Iplora, the Kimek is Kiri, and the Arak is known as Tugrub. You help them settle in their bunks, wondering why they seem so rushed. All right. Let's look at the job board. Transfer to Dusk Companion. 1.17 million. Take that. Bulk cargo to Cool Forest. Nah, I don't want to tie up my cargo. A Rocky to Midway Emerald. 262,000. Okay, we'll take that. Doctors to Far Home. No. All right, so let's take all of these jobs to Ring of Friendship and we'll go there and see what these guys want. Drop off donation of flannel, raincoats, volunteers. The three Heliarchs disembark and head immediately toward the spaceport, but not before Eplora hands you 90,000 credits. Speak with our superior, we must. Need your services again, we likely will. So if interested in further work you are, look for us in the spaceport you should. She bows her head lightly and follows her colleagues into one of the Heliarch only sections of the ring. Do they have any jobs available here? Exterminate plasma parasites. Oh, those are a pain. In Celestial Third in the One Axis system. 500,000 credits. Those are so hard to kill without dying because they explode and you're captured in the explosion. I'm not going to take it until I see what these guys offer. I'm going to sell my produce though. Spaceport. You find the trio of Heliarch agents, Implora, Kiri, and Tugrub, waiting for you in the spaceport. They greet you, and Implora speaks for the trio. Accompany us now, could you? A job in mind for you our superior has. I don't see why not. Lead the way. The three of them escort you through a number of restricted passageways dotted with armed, statue-like guards at every door and hallway you pass through. Eventually you reach a meeting room of sorts with about a dozen other Heliarchs seated at the central table. One of them motions for you to join them. As you take a seat, one of the Kimek speaks. The honorable captain we salute. Make you feel welcome. I, Council Aiki of the Heliarch Council. Hope we will. Thank you. The honor's all mine. Stable and safe, our great coalition is. Sadly, there are some who ideas of revolt and rebellion spread, she says. To combat these thoughts of disunion, we swore. Correct such behavior we must, she says as she points to the three agents beside you. Dedicated to that our agents are, but oftentimes slow and predictable their tactics are. A different approach might be due, so an outsider's help in their way of thinking we'd like to ask for. What exactly would I have to do? Uh, 6 worlds we have marked. Each we'd like you to visit. Those three tourists you will be transporting, an RX says as they point to Implora, Kiri, and Tugrub. Sounds easy enough. Where do I start? Or, whether they go undercover or not, this seems a bit risky for me. No, sounds easy enough. Where should I start? Decide the order of your visits you will, Captain, Aiki responds. Shameful to admit this, it is, but known to these outlaws, many of our methods are. Failed in similar operations before we have, so fear, I do, that easily predicted our own ordering would be. Some of the others brief you on the worlds where suspicious activity has been reported. Shifting sand in Sarid space, into white Fourth Shadow and remote blue in Kimek space, and Mebla's portion and stronghold of Flugbu in Arak space. They wish the four of you good luck and have you escorted back to the spaceport. The Heliarch trio arrives at your ship a few minutes later, out of uniform and with heavy luggage. You show the three tourists to their bunks and head to your cockpit to decide which of the 6 worlds you'll visit first. So, are any of the 6 worlds? Do I have a job already? No. So, let's go to. Oh, one's clear up there. Let's go to the closest one first. Let's go to Flugbu, where they need plastic. All right, first world. While you doubt anyone opposing the Heliarchs would find much success operating in this massive compound, it seems the strategic location held by the planet, the volume of resources invested, the fortifications available, and the sheer number of ships stationed here had it marked for investigation anyway. The three agents inform you that you're not allowed to enter most parts of the compound they will be headed to, so you stay inside your ship. They return right at sunset, telling you that they found nothing worthwhile. As expected, Kyrie comments with a sigh, they tell you they're ready to leave and head to their bug. All right. Well, let's do some training. Let's go to the spaceport. An elderly Arak beckons to you as you enter the spaceport. He is accompanied by 4 Arak children who all stand close to a large pile of luggage. He explains that he used to run an orphanage here, but has now gotten too old for the job. He has arranged for the 4 kids to be transferred to a foster home on Chosen Nexus in the Silver Bell system. Take care of them, the Sarads there will, he says, patting the head of the youngest and shortest of the kids. Retiring I am, but abandon them I will not. An apartment close to the foster home I will purchase. He offers to pay you 268,000 credits to bring the 5 of them and their 2 tons of orphanage belongings to chosen nexus in the Silver Bell systems. Of course I'll help. Here, let me help you get the luggage onto my ship. And let's look at the job board. Portion of Mebla, we've got some plutonium going there, so we can take that. Not seeing, so transfer to Third Umber, 21 workers. Yeah, not interested in that. 136 tons of construction material. Yeah, not there. What's this? 164 tons Plort's water. Plort's water. A lovely name. Deep water needs chocolate. Vacationers to Far Garden. Let's take that. Vacationers to Far Garden. And we'll go there. The tourists thank you for bringing them and pay you. Outfitter, do we have a map here? We do. Job board. Chosen Nexus. Definitely. We're going there for sure. 8 volunteer workers to Ring of Friendship. We'll eventually go there. Okay, not seeing anything else. What's this? Kai Patek Ka. Kai Patek Ka. Starting Reuben. No. Transfer to Teratub's table. Oh, 120 workers need transit to Teratub's table for 2.895 million. I'll take that. Workers to the Ring of Wisdom, 55 workers. Yeah. Sarids to. Okay, so now where to? Let's go to. Let's check the spaceport first. Spaceport. While walking through the spaceport, you notice a large crowd forming at one of the other landing pads. A Sarid style ship you haven't seen at any Coalition shipyard is parked there. You are particularly surprised to see Heliarch officials give no attention to the guns mounted on it. Take a closer look at what's going on. 30 million, yells one Sarid. 30 million, recites another Sarid from behind a podium set up in front of the crowd. Is a bid there for 31? 31 million, yells an Arachi. 31 million, repeats the Sarid at the podium. Will a bid of 32 anyone make? From what you are seeing, it looks like the ship is being auctioned off. 32 million, yells a Kimek. 32 million, calls out the Sarid at the podium. Is 33 a bid on bid any proposes? The crowd is silent. 32 million, a bid twice does stand. 32 million, thrice a bid goes unchallenged. Oh, do you bid? Sure, 33 million. All eyes turn towards you. The 33 million, the human does bid. Will a challenge from anyone come forth? Stammers the auctioneer. Uh-oh, I think I just bought a ship. The crowd is silent. 33 million, twice the bid goes unimposed. 33 million, thrice the bid does stand. Congratulations to the human. The trailblazer, to you it does go. The auctioneer gestures towards you. After a moment of silence, the Sarids stamp their hooves and hoot while the Iraqi make audible clicking sounds with their mandibles, and the Kimek buzz their vestigial wings. Realize this must be the coalition equivalent of clapping. The auctioneer and a Heliarch official make their way towards you and begin the Formal ownership transfer process. Do you have any questions you would like to ask? Do auctions like this happen often? Can you tell me more about the Trailblazer? Can you tell me more about the Trailblazer? From the times of war against the Quarg, this ship is a true warship. Famous it is. Few in number remain. Many wealthy seek to own for status or prestige. Uh, why do the Heliarch allow guns on the ship? There is a momentary pause of confusion. Then both the Saurid and the Heliarch official begin to laugh. Sorry, human. Not real, these guns are. Decorative models only for display. The Saurid nervously apologizes. Other than the earlier laughter, the Heliarch official has nothing to say regarding the model guns. Do auctions like this happen often? No, is rare an auction like this. From the Heliarchs, special permission is required. At the shipyard, most ships are exchanged. Do you have any more questions? Nope, no more questions. Time to fly your nose ship. You make a mental note to take it to an outfitter as soon as possible to take a closer look at those guns. Outfitter. So, I have the X Exerturbus Megalomormus, a heavy warship with 15,000 hull, 26,000 shields. I like it. It's a good big ship. I'm gonna put it right here. And model cannons, no damage. Model turrets. So it has 4 cannons, 6 turrets. A hyperdrive, quantum keystone, shield modules, cooling modules, a coalition scanner. Antique scanner is far less powerful than the scanning modules used by the Heliarchs, but has additional features more suitable for exploration. You have to have a coalition license to purchase it. I'm going to install that on my ship. Give it a line breaker. Give it another fuel module. Uh, coalition reactor cluster. Ooh, 2300 energy generation and 4500 heat generation. No wonder it needs 3 cooling modules. All right, so it doesn't have any reverse thrusters. That's not good. Okay, so I think I'm going to replace. Yeah, so let's go to job board. Let's go to. Oh, let's look and see what workers to the Ring of Wisdom. Let's see what there is for jobs from here. Not seeing anything going to anywhere we're already going to. So we'll go to Chosen Nexus. And they need food. Buy all. Outfitter. I have how many free? 11. I'm going to add my new coalition scanner. And it includes asteroid scan, atmosphere scan, cargo scan, outfit scan, and tactical scan. So it includes pretty much all of what I've got already, and added to the broadband amplifier. It should treat me quite well for as far as that goes. Let's see. Yep. All right, so let's head off to Silver Bell to the chosen Nexus system. Drop off the carapace, Paulus. You help the old Arak caretaker and some workers take the luggage out of your ship, then head to the orphanage. A Sarid couple runs the place and greets you and the old Arak when you get there. Aside from a few Sarid kids, you notice the place already has an Arak child and some Kimek too. After you make sure all the belongings are inside the foster house, the Arak children head on inside to get acquainted with their new family. Their caretaker thanks you and hands you 268,000 credits before heading inside himself. All right, so I think I'm going to. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell a shield. Yeah, do I want to sell a shield beetle or do I want to? I don't know. I, I want to snag a jump drive. What kind of cargo does this haul? 156,000 tons. Um, I think let's see, who has poor armor shields? I think my modified roost, well, um, high heliotrope regenerator, or yeah, I think my modified roost is the most vulnerable of my ships. So let's unload it and sell it. Shipyard, sell, and then let's put the outfits that I took from it on my new ship. So the model cannons, sell. Pug zappers, install. Uh, Model turrets, sell. Um, Pug zapper turrets, install. It leaves me with 3 turrets. Empty. 27. Nope. Weapon capacity, and I don't have any So let's do some. There we go. Used all my weapon capacity. Uh, and I have 2 empty turrets, but that's okay. Sell my hyperdrive, install the jump drive, uh, sell my shield modules and my cooling modules, install my high heliotrope regenerator, sell my battery modules, install my crystal capacitor, sell my coalition reactor cluster and install the boulder reactor, which is more appropriate, and a large cogeneration module, which gives me plenty of power, and then a large battery module, which gives me lots of battery. Let's see. The 46, 117, 50, 120, 138. All right, so those are better. And all right, and uh, 1800, so that's good. Cooling. 1, 2, 7 tons of space. Uh, let's see. Let's install an outfit expansion and 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1800 and oh, more than enough. All right, so you you know, yep, and do away with the outfit expansion. Okay, it's perfect. Perfect. All right, I've changed my makeup a little bit. Added a serious ship for 33 million and some outfits. All right, and oh, what? Yeah, I have outfits stored here. All right, job board. Uh, 73 tons, 69 tons. What do we got here? This is one of the planets I need to visit. Nope, this one is. that one is, and that one is, and this one is. So we'll go there next. And Sarids to Guardian Array Sapphire. Suspected dissident near Silver Bell. A concerned citizen reported Dopares Nacier near Silver Bell as a possible ship as interest. Locate the ship and scan its outfits. Destroy it if it is armed, then report to Chosen Nexus. Payment is 500,000 credits. Interesting. So destroy it, I assume, means capture it. So what's it called? Dopares Nacier. So I'll take that one. Difficult to determine the difference these camouflaged weapons are from business harmless model guns some citizens use to decorate the ship. Scan the target you must. Destroy the ship only if armed with real weapons it is. So, again, this is the Dopares Nacier. Alright. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We're going to... let's cancel... Let's see, June 17th. I got 12 days? Yeah, that's enough time to search, I think. Alright. So what do they need there? They need luxury goods. So trading, buy all, and then depending if they actually have real guns, I might take them from them. Because they would be Heliarch guns. Paris. Alright, what's it called again? Dopares Nas Rare. Let's try here. Nope. Let's try here. Nope. Let's try here. Let's try here. Nope, that only leaves one. That's one jump away. Nope. There it is, the Paris Nasseray. The Lopez Nasseray isn't armed. 4 model cannons, 4 model turrets. Well, poop. It does have 15 riot containment barriers. What are those? Right. Back to Silver Bell. Well, shoot. I kind of wish that it had been armed. Could have taken it. Thank you for confirming it isn't armed. Reward you with 500,000 credits. That was cheap. All right, what else they got? The Velaret sits cities near Silver Bell as a possible ship of interest. Another one? Good grief. Plus some more jobs? Wow, they got a real problem. I'm going to go do this and then I'll come back and look for that ship at Silver Bell. All right, all right. And still need luxury goods. Buy all. Depart. All right. Pleasure craft. Drop off the polonium. You arrive to a thunderstorm, as is often the norm for Melba's portion, and the agents go over their plans on how best to investigate this planet. Tugrube suggests that he pose as an Arak writer looking to find housing on the planet and scurries off to what must be a real estate office. Eplora continues with the original idea of pretending to be a tourist, saying that she will ask the young local Arachi about rumors while walking around the city, hoping to find something of use. The two of them leave, and you are left with Kyrie, who has been mostly silent as his friends left your ship. Are you not going to follow their lead, or have you not decided how to investigate the planet? Captain Gremlin, an edge your human approach to these missions would give us, the consul said. Except underused, your foreign ideas are, if only the order at which we land on these planets they are used for. He looks out to the rainy spaceport through your hatch, still open from his friend's exits. Lead the way, would you? The warehouses I wish to inspect, but your assistance I could use. Of course, I'll get my raincoat, or I'd rather not go out there with that rain. Oh, let's go for the adventure. Of course, I'll get my raincoat. You walk in a straight line for about an hour. How exciting. Occasionally being hit by splintering raindrops despite the cover provided by buildings and local structures. Kyrie takes you to the very edge of the town where you would be able to see the hills and mountains in the distance, were it not for the colossal rain clouds and constant downpour. One or two warehouses have a fair bit of rust on their doors, and just once you spot one with a damaged roof. You can also make out the shapes of small trees and bushes not too far out. Now, Captain, start looking for something suspicious? Where would you? Well, check the warehouses with the rusty doors, check the warehouses with the leaking roof, or go further out and check the trees and bushes. I think the one with the leaking roof. Kyrie approaches the door and waits for a few seconds, as if expecting it to open. When he doesn't, he picks his headpiece off and fiddles with it briefly. He puts it on again and waits some more, again to no avail. To all of these warehouses I should have access. Damaged these doors' electronics don't seem to be, he comments. He then asks you for help, looking for any manner of tools nearby so that you can force the door while he tries to tinker with the lock. You find something akin to a crowbar or perhaps a shovel and bring it to him. And with some effort, you two manage to angle it and pull it to pop the door open. At first glance, there is nothing inside, but after he thoroughly crawls all over the place, he puts his head to a large metal panel on the opposite end of the room. You approach him, and again you two use the tool to bust the lock open, finding a hidden staircase leading underground. Ooh, exciting. On your way down, Kimmick yells for you to take cover, and you barely escape a barrage of shots as you head back up. Kyrie isn't as lucky, as a shot hit one of his back legs just before he gets to the stairs. You go to help him up before any more shots come, but he seems to make do with 5 good legs well enough. You two rush back up. Kyrie tells you to be alert and watch the staircase. What? As he reaches for a small radio like device to call for support. A few minutes later, a pair of Heliarch Punishers land nearby. Dozens of armed agents enter the warehouse while you head to one of the ships with Kyrie and wait as his wound is treated. The agents return hours later, reporting that they shut down the turrets and found the place deserted. Many automated production lines we found, one of them tells Kyrie. Powering them, one of our reactor modules is. Ooh. Once the local heliarchs have the situation under control, they have a breacher come in to pick you two up. It drops you and Kyrie closer to the Stormweaver, where you find Eplora and Tugrub already waiting. Kyrie suggests you depart once you all head inside, as his colleagues follow him to his bunk to hear what happened. Well, that was exciting. All right, job board. Concerned citizen reported Blue Groot near Melba as a possible ship of interest. Are we going to have a lot of these? Locate the ship and scan its outfits. Destroy it if it is armed. Then report to Melba's portion in the Melba system. So I'll take that. And another one, Glub Tupob. And another one, Plub. Good grief. Okay, I got 3 of them. That's insane. I've got Plubba Rublotug, Pubba Rublotug, Blue Goot, and Glubtupub. The fuck? Blubberub, Blagoot, and Glubtup. All right, let's try it. We're going back We'll come back here too if we do that. So done. Now we're going to Silver Bell because we got to check over there too. Holy smokes, this is crazy. I don't know if I should take all these, but the odds of getting the chances to get some Heliarch outfits is just too good a chance to ignore. All right, let's try here. Nope. Whoop, up. Found one. Glub Tup Up. It's a big one. Oh! Camouflage blasters, camouflage blaster turrets. Yep. He had weapons. And I'm gonna take them. Camouflage blaster turrets. Camouflage blasters. Alright, so let's take those first. Take. And then temp capture. Attack. The Glub Tup was neutralized. Report to Melba's portion and collect your reward. Alright, so let's see. Let's try here. And let's try here. Lug Boo. De Brookt. Nope. There's another one. Flubba Rubba Load Tug. Where is he? Uh-oh. Isn't armed. Okay, good. What was that, a subsidiarial? A subsidiarial. All right. And there could be one other one, huh? And why do I have... Has a hyperdrive. Why aren't you following me? Lagoot. Isn't armed. All right. Eliarch, thank you for confirming. Thank you for confirming, and thank you for confirming. You're welcome. Now, flop poot, flop poot, plute moog. I'm loving these names. Flop poot, poot boog. All right, I'll look for it. Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. Flop boot, pook boot. La boot poot mook. Camouflage blasters, camouflage blaster turret. Take. All right, got him. I'm not taking another one of those. I'm just not. Those are a pain. What a pain those are. Go around and you just scan for ships, and when you find it, yeah, no. All right, let's go look for this one from, what is it? No. Uh, Veloret Sitsitas. Veloret Sitsitas. It isn't armed. All right. Report to chosen nexus. All right, so outfitter. I got these two ships. Uh, not seeing anything. Oh, look at this. They have frag grenades and laser rifles. They don't have anything good. What a shame. What a shame. All right, let's sell both of them. Shipyard. 4 million. I will take it. And then outfitter. Camouflage blasters. 12, 60, and 40. That's nothing. Camouflage blaster turrets. 43. Outfit scan opacity. Scan interference. It's a quad mod blaster disguised to resemble a coalition model cannon. The outer casing incorporates interference material to help conceal its internal security circuitry. 264, 176. That's not even as good as my Hex Kludge blaster turret. So, no reason uh, to install it. Inaccuracy 4, turret turn rate 180. Yeah, no. Alright, so these are essentially worthless. I'm going to just put them into storage in case I ever need to have them. Um, all right. All right. Let's see. There we go. 1800. Let's look for more excessive fuel tanks. All right. Um, let's let's do some actual missions. Nope. The ones that are armed are going to be just have those worthless things on them. Don't want those. Into white. We're going to into white next. And then we'll go to somewhere. All right, into white. Ports. 413. Sell all, buy all. Ugh. Oh no. I lost 3 ships because I just happened to land in some of those. Bringing the thorium here. Uh, Kyrie, already donning his winter coat, instructs you to land near the equator. He says him and Tuggeroob will conduct some subtle interrogations, stating that it's all they can do in this climate. You drop them off in one of the larger settlements there. After they leave, Eplora asks that you bring her close to the southern pole of the planet. Suspiciously similar independent reports on that area have been tasked with investigating it. I was. As you land on an isolated icy patch just out of reach of a growing snowstorm nearby, Eplora finishes her preparations. You find her carrying a bag with some equipment and wearing what is, at least when compared to what her colleagues were wearing, fairly light clothing. Although she is a Sarid, you still worry that she might be frostbitten in this extreme weather, but she reassures you that she will be fine. She tells you that she'll be back in a few hours and waits for you to open the hatch. Hold up, I'll go with you so we can search faster, or good luck. Be careful not to get lost in all this snow. I don't want to let her out of my sight. If I say good luck and she doesn't come back, what do I do? I don't know. Hold up, I'll go with you. She pauses in thought for a few seconds, looking back at you. Certain of that, are you, Captain? Treacherous these storms can be. Don't worry, I can carry my weight through some snow. She remains silent, moving away from the hatch and taking a seat to wait. You head to your room and prepare yourself for what's to come with the warmest, best clothing you can find for snowy ground. When you're done, you head back to your controls to open the hatch, and both of you head out into the white fields. Not long after leaving your ship, you can make out small, dark lines nearby. It seems you landed close to a forest. Unfortunately, the trees don't do much to protect you from the increasingly dense snowfall. Uh, you continue deeper into the lifeless forest for what seems like hours, so long it so long that your feet start feeling slightly numb from the cold. After yet another turn amidst identical trees, Implora guides you out of the forest to a snowy plain dotted with a few uh, dozen small, sturdy houses. Implora explains it was something of a resort, popular with Kimek families when the planet wasn't as cold as nowadays. The storm is not as terrible here, so you can also faintly see cave entrances in a few small mounds at the edges of the resort grounds. Snow covered boulders litter the entire plain, and Implora warns you to take care not to trip on them. Check the caverns, we must. More relentless the storm will soon become, she says. Lead the way, or you go ahead. I'll see if I can find anything in the houses. You go ahead. I'll see if I can find anything in the houses. She nods and tells you that the place is shut down, so you can force your way into the houses if needed. As she starts making her way uphill, you head to the closest house and blast the lock after a few failed attempts at opening it normally. You crouch past the entrance of an abandoned home, clearly not intended for any non Kimek, and begin searching the interior. The furniture is still in surprisingly good shape, if a bit dusty, but you find nothing inside any of the containers, below any of the beds, or hidden under the floorboards. You move on to the next house and speed up the process as you go along and get used to the standard layout of the resort homes. After you're done with the fifth one, you leave to find the snowfall growing stronger. It might be best to try and look for Eplora and see if she's found anything before the blizzard sets in fully. Enter the nearest cavern. You rush inside the nearest cave, turning on your flashlight as you carefully explore its interior. After a while, you notice another light comes from further inside the cave, and Eplora emerges soon after. Found anything? She asks, and you shake your head. Aside from some small campsites, she doesn't either. You wait inside a bit more, and when the weather clears and night approaches, you follow her back to the ship. Once you're there, you leave to pick up Kyrie and Tugrub, who also come back empty handed. The agents head to their bunks, and you prepare to take off. Again, not much happening, although that one was pretty exciting. Dust Companion. Midway Emerald. We'll go to Midway Emerald next. It's not on our list of places we need to check, but the Heliarch Ring of Power. A lot of stuff needed there. Big payments. Let's go there too. All right. First, 14 winner below Midway Emerald. Drop off the Sarid cakes on Midway Emerald and receive 28,000. Payment, 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 payment. Okay. Sell all. Spaceport. The spaceport on Midway Emerald is in quite a lot of turmoil as dozens of Heliarch agents march around at an accelerated pace. Some prepare to board their own ships, and others speak with some of the captains here. It's no different with you as a Kimek agent approaches you after noticing you watching. Much assistance we require, Captain, they say. A transport for Fourth Shadow and the three Spring Rising systems. We need for 33 of us and 25 tons of military supplies. Of great urgency this task is. Without you even noticing it, an Arak agent has also gotten close, and after the Kimek is done speaking, says, attacking several factory districts and government buildings, the terrorists are. So at once we must go. 420,000 credits you will receive if by July 31st, 2023 we arrive. I'd be glad to help bring your colleagues and the cargo to my ship. They thank you for your cooperation and call the rest of the agents to your ship. After securing the last of their cargo in your hold, you show them to their bunks and head to the cockpit. All right, so that is someplace we're going to go anyway, and we have to get there by, we have 10 days. So let's see where we are. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Plenty of time. So we'll go to the Ring of Power first, and then we'll go there. And what else we got? That and adding jobs. Okay, Ring of Power first, and then off to investigate some more stuff. What do we need at there? Clothing. Power. Drop off construction materials. Get a lot of credits. And sell my goodies. Nothing in the spaceport. No. Whoops. Whoopsie. No, no jobs. What's this job? 13 Heliarch agents trained as interpreters to Pobluta Station. I'm not already going there. Okay. Port 163. Gotta be outside the ring of power. Made it with 3 days to spare. Drop off the gold wire. For this planet, the trio informs you that they cannot spend too much time in one place, considering how densely populated it is. Instead, they hand you the coordinates of dozens of factories with instructions to take them to each factory in whichever order you'd prefer. Surprise inspections we shall perform, Kyrie says as the three prepare their equipment and weapons. You spend hours flying around the planet, dropping one agent off in a factory, flying off to another, then picking up the first of the three in a seemingly endless cycle. After picking up Tug Grub from the last factory, they all analyze their findings one last time. They do this by going over each individual factory, mechanically running down a long list of possible abnormalities for each, leaving the mark on the side and briefly writing a description if any such abnormality was noted in a factory. Unauthorized power surges in some replicators we found. Missing as well some records of storage transport were, Eplora says. You land on a Heliarch base and they hand a copy of their findings to the Heliarch station there before returning to your ship. As they head to their bunks, you see several Heliarch ships fly off in the direction of some of the factories. You're told to open the hatch as soon as you land, and when you do, the Heliarch agents storm out of your ship while a separate group that was waiting for you unloads the cargo. A few seconds later, you see that 420,000 credits have been added to your account. Spaceport. At any given time, there are thousands of Kimek here in the spaceport, either mingling among themselves during a break from work or negotiating travel prices with starship captains. You imagine that if you weren't a human and clearly stood out, you too would be constantly getting offers to travel to another world, as many civilian captains here wish to fill out a last bunk or two they have vacant on their ship before departing. You manage to find a restaurant here where you spot some food you've already learned you can eat, so you take a seat and order something. You're halfway through your meal when you notice the waiter who brought it to you still hasn't moved away from the table. Can I help you? The Kimek doesn't have a translation box, so your words don't reach him. While he insists on remaining by the table, you also notice he has been constantly glancing at the entrance, as if waiting for someone to come in. When a Heliarch agent passes by the entrance, the Kimek says something in his language, heading to meet the Heliarch and speaking with them briefly. The Heliarch agent then accompanies the Kimek waiter to your table. Did I do something wrong? Wishing to speak to you, this Kimek does, Captain, the agent said as they continue listening to what the Kimek is telling them and makes an effort to translate this message to you. Called Chicky, he is, a student aspiring to join the ranks of the Heliarchs, looking for transportation to second rows in the 10-pole system he is, so that a better job there he may acquire. Sure, I'll take him there. You're told to wait for Chicky before departing the planet, and the Heliarch agent leaves. You leave the restaurant yourself shortly after and head to your ship. Night falls, but there hasn't been any decrease in the activities here as the hordes of captains and workers still populate the docking area and the spaceport. Around midnight, Chicky arrives at your ship and you show him to his bunk. He is only bringing a single old rugged bag with him. All right, Chicky. Let's look at the job board. A concerned citizen reported Ika near Three Spring Rising as a possible ship of interest. Sure, I'll take one of those. I'm crazy. Let's see. What have I got? All right. Let's go to those places and then we'll go to 14 Pool where there's another investigation. There it is. The Ika. Yep. It's the bad one. Emek Thistle. All right. And we know where we need to go to uh, get paid for that. Drop off chitin polish paste, When you land, a couple of other civilian ships land nearby. Some Kimek leave them and wait outside your own. Kyrie is the only one to leave, and after speaking a bit with the other Kimek, they leave for the city, splitting into two groups. Fond of outsiders, the people of this world are, Tugrub explains. Decided to employ undercover Kimek agents, Council Iki has. You wait around for a couple of hours as Implora and Tug Group tinker with your ship's communication devices, keeping in contact with the two groups. They don't mention if either group finds anything, and as night falls, Kyrie returns to the ship on his own. He doesn't say anything of the operation, instead, just heading to his bunk to rest. Implora and Tug Group follow suit after telling you to depart whenever you're ready. All right, so we're going to sell our Kimek Thistle for 1.48 million. Yep, and it had camouflaged blasters. And now I've got model turrets showing up all the time. And it had rifles and frag grenades. It didn't have any fancy coalition weapons. That's too bad. I know I'll get some eventually. A concerned citizen. Oh, not another one. No, not gonna do it. Um, let's see. Government will pay. What's out here? 22 tons of neodymium. Have we got to all of them? No, we've got a couple, three over here. So let's go to these three, four, and then go on. Okay, that's enough for one day. Um, Lots to do in coalition space. Uh, there are basically two storylines to follow here. One is the Heliarch storyline, which we're kind of invested in at this moment. And that eventually gets you access to, I think, some Heliarch outfits. Um, and the other is the Rebels. And at some point later, you can get access to Rebel outfits, and some of those are pretty good. I don't think you can get both. I think you have to pick one or the other. I've had the Rebel one before a couple times, have not had the Heliarch one. So next time we'll continue in coalition space, and eventually we'll get all of our missions clear. We'll go back to um, remnant space, and uh, once we have all our missions clear, we can continue landing on those void sprite planets, and there's a whole big group of missions there. Um, so that'll be good. All right, we continue. Thanks for watching. If anybody's out there watching.